Hello students, today we are at our fifth video on vectors. In last video we have seen how to multiply two vectors and we have discussed in detail about dot product. In this video we are going to discuss about cross product or vector product. If you remember, in our third video we have discussed about resolution of vectors. What is resolution of vectors? Resolution of vectors is dividing a vector into two or more components. What we have discussed is two or three rectangular components. Let us revisit it and see how we have divided it into two components. We have taken x-axis and y-axis. If there was a vector called vector A, so what was its x component? Component along x-axis. We have taken a perpendicular line to x-axis and this was its component along x-axis. We called it AX, which was equal to A cos theta, where theta was the angle made by this vector with x-axis. Now what is its component along y-axis? It was AY, which we said it is equal to A sin theta. Done? You remember this? Now what happens if I change the name of this vector from A to B? Here it becomes Bx and this is B cos theta and this is By and this will become B sin theta. These are the two components of vector B along x-axis and y-axis. Now instead of x-axis, imagine we have a vector A, and there is another vector, vector B, making an angle of theta with vector A. So what is this vector B's components along vector A and perpendicular to vector A? Here you see along x-axis and perpendicular to x-axis, which is along y-axis. Now I will make these two components here. One component was B cos theta and another component will be B sin theta. Done. Using this B cos theta, we have done cross product. That is, vector A cos dot vector B is equal to mod of A mod of B cos theta. I hope you all remember this from last class. For cross product or vector product, what we take is we take this perpendicular component. So vector A cross vector B is equal to mod of A mod of B sin theta. So how did this cross product got its another name? It got from vector product, from being this as a vector, but from this figure we can say this is a scalar quantity which is a magnitude, this is also a scalar quantity and this is also a numerical value which you can call a scalar quantity. Then where is the direction for this vector? For any vector the direction is given by a unit vector. Here this vector also has a direction. We will call this direction as n cap. We will denote this direction with a unit vector called n cap. So what is the direction of this vector n cap or unit vector n cap? From this picture, if you have seen, this is two vectors, vector A and vector B. So vector A cross vector B we have written as mod of A mod of B sin theta n cap. So what is the direction of n cap? The direction of n cap is perpendicular to both vector A and vector B. So it will be somewhere like this. So any line being perpendicular to these two vectors can again have two directions. One is upward direction, one is downward direction in this image. So how do you say n cap's direction, whether it is towards upward or towards downward? For doing that you need to know two rules. One is right hand thumb rule, the other one is right hand screw rule. The first we go with right hand thumb rule. If I place my palm on this vector and close this palm towards theta and towards vector B. See, I have placed my palm here, I am closing it what is the direction of my thumb? My direction of this thumb here it is towards upward direction. Here this is the direction of n cap, upward. And remember that vector A cross vector B is not equal to vector B cross vector A. Why? This does not follow. Cross product does not follow commutative law. Why? What happens at vector B cross vector A? What happens is I will be placing my palm on vector B and closing it towards vector A. Towards vector A, where is my thumb now? My thumb is towards bottom direction, lower direction, that is vector B cross vector A. Here it was vector A cross vector B. So how are these two related? Here we said it is not equal. Is there any relation between them? Yes, there is a relation. Vector A cross vector B is equal to minus of vector B cross vector A. We already discussed what does the negative symbol does. Negative symbol just changes the direction of the vector. So this vector which was towards down direction, if I put a negative symbol here, this changes its direction toward upwards. So direction of vector B and direction of B into A with negative symbol is equal to direction of A into B. So this is equal to this. How? See, vector A cross vector B is mod of A, mod of B, sin theta, n cap. And similarly, vector B into vector A will be mod of B, mod of A, sin theta, n1 cap. I will call this n1 cap. Here you see, mod of A, they will be equal. Mod of B will be equal. As theta is not changing between these two vectors, sin theta and sin theta will be equal. So what is not equal here? N cap and n1 cap. So n1 cap is towards downward direction, n cap is towards upward direction. If I change the direction of n1 cap, the n1 cap will be in direction of n cap. So in this, the magnitude of this and this is similar. The only difference is direction. One is in upward direction, the other one is downward direction. Let me explain you in much more detail. See, now I have two vectors, vector A and vector B. I am going to close this. I will place my palm here. I am going to close my palm. So which is the direction of my thumb? A into B. This is A, B. A into B. My thumb is pointing towards upward. This is n cap's direction. Vector B into A. Vector B, I am placing my palm on vector B, closing it towards vector A. Where is my thumb direction? It is downwards. This is how you got the direction. Now let us go to what is right hand screw rule. If this bottle or the cap of this bottle represents a screw, right hand screw, if I am opening this from A to B, I am opening this cap. I am opening. What is the direction of this cap now? It is coming outwards. It is coming towards upward direction. This is the direction of n cap. If it is B to A, see, this has gone downward. The cap has gone downward. This is the direction of n1 cap. That is B into A. Vector B into A, we have got it as downward direction when we have taken two vectors, vector A and vector B, on this plane. Got it? This screw was perpendicular. This screw, now it is perpendicular to both vector A, perpendicular to vector B. Here also, n cap and n1 cap both are perpendicular to vector A and vector B. Done? Now let us do one small problem to understand how to solve it. If he says mod of vector A is equal to 10 units, mod of vector B is equal to 4 units, theta is equal to 30 degrees, then what is vector A cross vector B? How much is this? This is equal to mod of A, mod of B, sin theta, n cap. So how much is mod of A? He has given us 10 units. 10 into how much is mod of B? 4. 4 into sin theta. Sin 30 is how much? 1 by 2 n cap. So this is 20 units n cap direction. What is the direction of n cap here? It is both perpendicular to vector A and vector B. Up to here it is clear. Now we will see what happens if that vector is in Cartesian form, when two vectors are in Cartesian form. Before going to Cartesian form, let us revisit what is the cross product of unit vectors along xyz axis. You know the orthogonal unit vectors? Orthogonal unit vectors are those which are in the direction of xyz axis. If this is my x axis, this is y axis, this is z axis, my orthogonal unit vectors, this is I cap along x axis, j cap along y axis, k cap along z axis. The angle between them is 90 degrees, 90 degrees and 90 degrees. Got it? So how much is I cap cross I cap? We have seen in last class I cap dot I cap was mod of I cap square. That was magnitude of I cap into square, where magnitude of I was 1 and again magnitude of I was 1. 1 square is 1 unit. What happens when we do cross product? This is equal to mod of I sin theta. How much is sin theta? How much is theta here? Vector unit vector I. What is the angle made by unit vector I with unit vector I? It is 0 degrees. Unit vector I is along x axis. Another unit vector I will be on x axis. So sin theta is 0. 0 into something is again 0. So I cap into I cap is equal to 0. So I will write it here. I cap into I cap is equal to 0. So next one. J cap into j cap. How much is this? This is again equal to 0. J cap into j cap is equal to 0. K cap into k cap. How much is that? This is also equal to 0. K cap into k cap. This is again equal to 0. Now comes the question. What happens if I multiply I cap with j cap? What will happen if cross product between I cap and j cap is done? So before this, let us see what happens if I cross product a vector with its own. Vector A cross product with vector A. It is again mod of A sin theta n cap. How much is sin theta here? Theta is 0 degrees. Sin theta is 0. So this will be is equal to 0 units. The direction doesn't make any change here. So it is a null vector. What was vector A cross vector A dot vector A? How much was vector A dot vector A? It was magnitude of vector A's square. Square of magnitude of vector A. Whereas cross product of vector A with vector A will give you any vectors cross product with itself is equal to null vector. You have to remember this. You have to remember this and this. These two are important concepts. If you don't remember that also, if you remember the formula, sin theta here is 0, sin 0 is 0. Now how much is I cap into j cap? So let me again go with these three vectors as unit vectors. This is x axis, this is y axis and this is z axis. So how much is I cap into j cap? Let me place my palm here and then rotate or close it. I am closing from I cap towards j cap. So which is the direction of my thumb? Direction of my thumb is along z axis, which is the unit vector along z axis is k cap. So how much is j cap into k cap? You have to see this. I am placing my palm on j, vector j, that is y axis, and closing it towards vector k, unit vector k. Which is the direction of my thumb here? The direction of my thumb is along x axis. What is the unit vector along x axis? That is I cap. Done. Now let us see how much is k cap into I cap. Let me write here I cap into j cap is equal to k cap. J cap into k cap is equal to I cap. So how much is k cap into I cap? K cap into I cap, I am placing my palm along k, unit vector k, and closing it towards unit vector I, that is from z axis to x axis. I'm closing my palm. So what is the direction of my thumb? It is along y-axis, that is positive y-axis. So this will be equal to j cap. Got it? Now what is j cap into I cap? Yeah, k cap into I cap is equal to j cap. Now what is j cap into I cap? So I am placing my palm along y-axis. I am closing it towards x-axis. That is unit vector j to unit vector I. Now what is the direction of my thumb? It is negative direction of z-axis. That is minus of k cap. You need to remember this. This is very important concept. You have to remember this. So negative of k cap. Now how much is k cap into j cap? So k cap into j cap. So along k, I have put my palm. I am closing it along j, towards j. What is the direction of my thumb? My direction of my thumb is away from, that is negative of x-axis, that is negative I cap. Negative I cap. How much is I cap into k cap? I cap into k cap. I am placing my palm along x-axis and closing it towards z-axis. X-axis to z-axis. What is the direction of my thumb here? It is downward. That is negative of y-axis. That is negative j. This is negative j cap. So how much is j cap into I cap? That was negative of k cap. K cap into j cap, that is negative of I cap. I cap into k cap is equal to negative of j cap. So let me tell you three methods. You can follow any one of these methods. It is not necessary that you have to remember all these three methods. You need to remember only one method. I am going to tell you three methods. You need to follow only one method which you are comfortable with. First we will go with thumb rule, right hand thumb rule. How is my palm being closed? It is being closed in this direction, in this direction. If you don't remember, take a pen which has a screw type cap. You keep on opening this cap. The direction you are opening this cap, you write I cap, j cap and k cap. The direction you are opening, when the cap is coming out of the pen, when the cap is coming out of the pen, this direction you take everything as positive. So I am closing my palm in this direction. So whatever goes in this direction is positive. I cap into j cap is k cap, positive k cap. J cap into k cap, it is positive I cap. K cap into I cap, it is positive j cap. Let us check with what we have done here. I cap into j cap is positive k cap, done. J cap into k cap is positive I cap, done. K cap into I cap, it is positive j cap. Let us check here. K cap into I cap is positive j cap. Got it? Now let us do in the opposite direction. J cap into I cap is negative of k cap. I cap into k cap is negative of j cap. And k cap into j cap is negative of I cap, which we can again check here. I cap into k cap is negative of j cap. I cap into k cap is negative of j cap. This is one method which you can remember. Let us go to the another method. The other method is clockwise direction. I am writing this ijk, I cap, j cap and k cap in clockwise direction. You have an analog watch where the seconds, needle is moving in one direction. That is clockwise direction. Whenever it is in clockwise direction, all multiplications in clockwise are positive. That is I cap into j cap is k cap. J cap into k cap, it is I cap. K cap into I cap, it is j cap. The opposite direction, anti-clockwise direction in this is this, this and this. So how much is k cap into j cap? Negative of I cap. J cap into I cap, negative of k cap. I cap into k cap, negative of j cap. This and this do match when you look at this direction. I cap into j cap, positive of k cap. I cap into j cap, positive of k cap. I cap into j cap, positive of k cap. Now I am going to teach you the easiest, what I find easiest, I am going to teach you. This you might not find in many books. So I cap, J cap, K cap. You write it once. Again you repeat these three alphabets. I cap, J cap, K cap. So we have two sets of I cap, J cap, K cap. Another set of I cap, J cap, K cap. Whatever you are multiplying in this direction, that is positive x-axis, I into J, I cross J, you take the third unit vector K cap. K into I, K into I. What is left out here? J cap. So positive J cap. J into K, the direction is towards positive x-axis. J into K, what is left out? I cap. So this is, all three are positive. Now I am going against, that is negative of x-axis. J cap, K cap into J cap, negative I cap. I cap into K cap, negative J cap. J cap into I cap, negative K cap. See, here we have got positive, here we have got negative. The direction is negative of x-axis. Let us compare with our chart. J cap into K cap was I cap, J cap into K cap was I cap, K cap into J cap, negative of I cap, K cap into J cap is negative of I cap. So, in these three methods, you need to remember only one method. Please don't get confused yourself with all these three methods. You just follow whichever you think is easier for you and follow the only one method which is easier for you. Now we will go how to multiply two vectors which are in Cartesian form. Two vectors which are in Cartesian form, vector A and vector B. So how can we write vector A in Cartesian form? It is Ax I cap plus Ay J cap plus Az K cap. This you have learnt in resolution of vectors, that is our third video. How much is vector B? You can represent this as Bx I cap plus By J cap plus Bz K cap. Now let us multiply, cross product, vector A cross vector B. Now we will multiply I cap, Ax into Bx, Ax, Bx, I cap into I cap, how much is that? It is 0. This is 0 here. Then Ax into By, Ax, By, I cap into J cap, I cap into J cap, where is it? It is I cap into J cap, it is K cap. Plus Ax, Bz, I cap into K cap, it is minus of J cap. I cap into K cap minus of J cap. And then plus Ay, Bx, J cap into I cap minus of K cap. Plus Ay, By, J cap into J cap, it is 0. Plus Ay, Bz, J cap into K cap, it is I cap. Plus Az, Bx, K cap into I cap, it is positive J cap. Plus Az, By, K cap into J cap, it is negative I cap. Plus Az, Bz, K cap into K cap, it is again 0. So let us remove all zeros from here. This is 0, this is 0 and this is 0. Let us add up whatever we have in I cap. This is Ay, Bz. Let me take I cap outside. Vector A cross vector B is equal to I cap, I have taken common, Ay, Bz minus, this minus comes here, Az, By. Done? Then plus, let me take J cap. First positive J cap, Az, Bx. I am taking J cap outside. Az, Bx minus, Az, Bx minus Ax, Bz. Because this negative symbol has come outside, I have taken J cap common. Then I got minus of Ax, Bz. Then plus K cap. Where is K cap here? Here it is. Ax, By minus Ay, Bx. If you have closely observed it, this is I cap's direction. There is no magnitude along x-axis. See, here it is Ay, Bz. There is no Ax or Bx. It is Az, By. There is no Ax or Bx. Here when I take J cap, it is Az, By and Ax, Bz. There is no y direction. There is no Ay or By. When it is K cap, it is Ax, By minus Ay, Bz. There is no Az. That is no component of z axis. So when you take I cap here, there is no component along x axis in this sum. When I take J cap, there is no component of y axis. When I take K cap, there is no component of z-axis. Can we keep on doing this method and arriving on it? No. Let us do two shortcuts or two methods how to get to this value. One is 3 by 3 matrix determinant. For any MPC student, maths stream student, he can follow this method. So if I write ijk here, I cap, j cap, k cap here, and vector A's components and vector B's components, observe closely, this is Ax, Ay, Az, Bx, By, Bz. Vector A cross vector B is equal to, I will be taking I component first, I cap, then leaving these components, I will be cross multiplying the other two components from left to right. From left to right, that is Ay, Bz. This is Ay, Bz minus Az, By. Az, By. Here you have to remember this is positive, this is negative, and this is positive. What you have to take in 3 by 3 matrix determinant. Now we take minus of j cap. Then leaving these components, we will take the other two components, that is Ax, Bz minus Az, By. Ax, Bz minus Az, Bx. Done. Then we have k cap. Leaving these components, just cross multiply the other two components. Ax, By minus Ay, Bz. Ax, By minus Ay, Bx. So we got it here. So here I cap, Ay, Bz, Bz, Az, By, Az, By, J cap, here it was positive, here it is negative, and what we have here is Az, Bx we have got here in positive, here in negative, and Ax, Bz here in negative and here in positive. How can we resolve it? You take out this negative symbol outside, that is I cap, Ay, Bz minus Az, By. Done. Plus, I am taking this negative symbol outside. Negative into negative is positive. J cap. I am writing first positive value Az, Bx. As I have taken this negative outside, this value becomes negative Az, Ax, Bz plus k cap Ax, By minus Ay, Bx. Now see, these two are similar. So math stream students, you can remember this, because I don't want you to get confused between your maths and physics. You can remember this. Now coming to BPC students, biology stream students, I am going to teach you a easier method than this. A easier method is, when we have taken plus, minus and plus, you don't need to take plus, minus and plus. You just write I cap and j cap again. You won't get this method in any books. You just follow it. It is much simpler, much simpler. So what are the XYZ components here? This is Ax, Ay, Az, Bx, By, Bz. Again I am writing I components Ax, Bx, Y, J components Ay, By. Vector A cross vector B. There is no positive, negative, positive. All are positive here. I cap into, leaving this, go to the next level, Ay, Bz to Az, By. Ay, Bz minus Az, By. Now take plus positive of j cap, leave these components, go to next level. This is Az, Bx minus Ax, Bz. Az, Bx minus Ax, Bz plus, now I am taking k cap. Leaving these components, take the other two, Ax, By into Ay, Bx. Ax, By minus Ay, Bx. Now just check these two. These two are similar. You got the same answer without getting much confused. This is the simplest method I can teach you, or anybody can teach you for cross product. You won't get this method in many places. Maybe few teachers might be teaching you. This is the simplest method. What I have told you about ijk and ijk, I cap, j cap, k cap, I cap, j cap and k cap, multiplying this in this direction gives you positive, in this direction gives you negative. Here everything is positive. going, there is no negative of j cap, you get the same answer. You remember this. This is not restricted to only biology students, even mathematical students can use them in matrices too. But you might get the answers if the teacher is smart enough, or you might not get. So math student follow those method, biology student follow this method, because you don't need to prove anything here. You just need to get an answer to a problem. Done. Let us solve few questions now to much more understand what we have learned now. There are two vectors. Vector A, which I can write as I cap plus 2j cap plus 3k cap. There is another vector, vector B, which is I cap plus j cap plus 2k cap. So how much is vector A cross vector B? This is equal to, I will put this, not here, going here, I cap, j cap, k cap, vector A, vector B. So how much is vector A's components? 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, again I cap, j cap, 1, 2, 1, 1. So I cap into this into this, 2 into 2, leaving I cap's components, 2 into 2 minus 3 into 1, 2 into 2 minus 3 into 1, plus j cap, plus j cap, plus j cap, 3 into 1 minus 1 into 2, 3 into 1 minus 1 into 2, plus k cap, leaving k components, I am taking I and j components, 1 into 1 minus 2 into 1, 1 into 1 minus 2 into 1. So how much is this? 2 2s are 4 minus 3 is 1. So single I cap plus 3 1s are 3 minus 1 into 2 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1 again. This is j cap. 1 into 1 is 1. Minus 2 into 1 is 2. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. This is minus of k cap. This is what you got. Then again, if somebody asks you what is the angle between two vectors, what is the angle between two vectors, vector A and vector B, when their magnitudes and magnitude of their vector product is given? That is, if vector A is equal to 4 units, vector B is equal to 2 units, and vector A cross vector B is equal to 4 units. If he asks you what is the theta, what is the angle between these two vectors, then you know that vector A cross vector B's mod is equal to, you will be removing that n cap from here because this is magnitude. Magnitude does not have any direction. This is mod of A, mod of B, sin theta. So how much is sin theta? Sin theta, I am sending these two onto this side. That is mod of A into mod of B by mod of A, mod of B. Mod of A into B by mod of A, mod of B. That is equal to how much is mod of A into B? That is 4 units. Mod of A is 4 units into mod of B is 2 units. 4 and 4 gone. This is 1 by 2. When is sin theta is equal to 1 by 2? When is sin theta is equal to 1 by 2? When theta is equal to 30 degrees. You got the answer. This is how you need to answer it. Now I am going to give a question to you. Let us see how we have to relate the other vector with these two vectors. That is, if vector A cross vector B cross vector C is equal to 0, that is null vector. So what do you understand from this? What is the relation of vector C with vector A and vector B? Now let me call this as n cap, vector n. So what I have given is, what is given here is vector A n into vector C is equal to 0. We know that how much is vector n into vector C? That is mod of n, mod of C, sin theta. Theta is angle between C and n. This is the angle between vector C and vector n into this is equal to 0, null vector. So here, if these three are non-zero vectors, then this is also non-zero, this is also non-zero. Which one can be a 0? Sin theta can be 0. When is sin theta 0? When theta is equal to 0 degrees or theta is equal to 180 degrees. Got it? When theta is equal to 0 degrees or When theta is equal to 180 degrees, then only sine theta is equal to 0. If these two are non-zero vectors, then only sine theta can be 0. So theta is either 0 degrees or theta is equal to 180 degrees. If this is vector n, then vector n is perpendicular to vector A and vector B. Done. Vector n is perpendicular to vector A and vector B. So, if theta is equal to 0, that is angle between vector C and vector n, if this is equal to 0, then vector C is along vector n, in the direction of vector n. In the direction of vector n means vector C is perpendicular to vector A and perpendicular to vector B. In the same direction of n, vector n. Or if it is 180 degrees, then this is the direction of vector C. This is also perpendicular, but the direction is not along vector n, unit vector of these two's multiplication. It is just the opposite direction. You need to understand this. Is a dot product. Here if I write a dot, if I write a dot here, done. If I write a dot, if this is 0, then if this is n cap, vector n, so vector n dot vector C is equal to mod of vector n mod of vector C cos theta is equal to 0. Then this is not 0, this is not 0, cos theta is equal to 0. When is cos theta is equal to 0? When theta is equal to 90 degrees. So vector n is perpendicular to vector C. Vector n is perpendicular to vector C. Done. So how is vector n here? Vector n is again perpendicular to vector A. It is perpendicular to vector B. So when vector n, let's say this is vector n, if this is perpendicular to vector A, vector B and perpendicular to vector C, it means all these three are coplanar vectors. All these three are on one plane, and vector n, the multiplication, the cross product of A and B is perpendicular to this plane. Got it? Understood? This is how you need to take out the relation of vector C with vector A and vector B when this is a cross product and equal to 0, that is null vector, and this is a dot product and this is equal to 0. Got it? We have completed this video now. In the next video, we are going to solve some question and answers. Later we will go to tips and tricks. Then we will go to motion in straight line. Stay tuned to this channel. Okay, bye bye. Good night.